Yes, it should start with Ikra and should end with the last ayah, which says, where Allah says, today I have completed your faith for you. You look at the compilation, it is not in a logical, chronological order, it is by size. So the biggest surah to the smallest. And the way we teach from the last to the beginning. Because the smallest is easy to remember. So the children are made to learn the Quran upside down. You don't learn to climb the stairs by coming down. You start on the first step and then you go up. How is it that we cannot even discuss this?
With discussing this, I remembered, because I was thinking about this yesterday and thought, actually we need to understand Asbab and Nusul as well if you read Quran.
Yes.
Should it be somehow together?
This is my opinion as a person. I feel we need to read in chronology, understand at that time what was happening in the rest of the world, Europe, China, India, these are major civilizations at the time, what was going on in 622, what was going on 623, 24, 25. The Quran came in 23 years. Dashti has written about that, Shariati has written about that. And then with it, only after you do this, you can rely on some other sources to clarify. What we are doing is, we are reading the Sirah first, which was written by Ibn Hisham, who didn't have the original text, he remembered, and that 1400-page book has become what we say, Nauzubillah, the Quran, because we get everything from there. Because that is in chronology, so we can read it and understand it. And then we say, this is what the Prophet did. We don't know. This was written 250 years after the Prophet had passed away by somebody who didn't even know him. All the hadiths have been written by the Umayyad. The Umayyads created Sharia, then to back up Sharia, they introduced hadith. It is like first writing the thesis and then creating the sources later on to insert. It is bad scholarship. Muslims should understand that when we study for masters or PhD, we cannot play this game. A dissertation would be rejected. But with the book that we want, a religion, we play a game. So it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm.
So, especially the ones who do that, what would you tell these people living in?
Their belief is the destruction of humanity. They are looking for Yawm al-Akhirah, the Akhirah, the Qiyamah. For them, the annihilation of this earth is the beginning of life. Whether we like it or not, there are many Muslims who believe. They believe in Ghazwa Hind. They believe in the city in Syria from where the attack will be on Rome. They attacked Vienna on 9/11, 1683. They attacked New York on 9/11, 2000. And they are still attacking all these places, especially India. Their vision is the annihilation. The vision of a Muslim should be, what do you do to serve the creation of God? How do I serve the cats, the trees, the air? We should be environmentalists, like perhaps I would say the Muslims of Andalusia, the many kingdoms in Europe, because Our interconnection was with the Jews and atheists and Christians and Catholics. Ibn Rushd, thinkers of their time, immense. They were all called kuffar. They had to run. But we today have to fight Islamism because our future is at stake of our children in the West. We need to embrace Galileo, Copernicus. We need to embrace John Adams, Karl Marx, the French Revolution, the American Revolution. This should be our inheritance. We are human beings. We can't say because of the Industrial Revolution we don't like it, we rejected the printing press. Look where we are. We lost 300 years, we lost.
That's true. So our work is our project, Citizenship Education in Islam, and somehow we legitimate our work because we are living in this society as the ulama in the past these centuries were influenced by their
They were influenced by the Greeks. They were influenced by the Hindus. All the Quran, every Quran in the world, the numbers are Hindu numbers. Nobody knows that. They're not Arabic numbers. The Arab numerals are the English numbers now. All the Qurans have the Hindu paging system. So we were asked to embrace everything, whether it is Greek, whether it is Indian, whether it is Chinese, whether it is European. So why not embrace Galileo? Why not Copernicus? Why not, the Reformation, the Enlightenment period? We should own it. We don't need to reinvent everything. The Europeans sacrificed 200 years of fighting between Catholics and Protestants, and they solved it. Now it is for us to pick it up and go forward.
Very last question, because I'm interested in your opinion about that, because some people say something like European Islam is not Muslim, but we see Indonesian Islam, we see
Look, the Islam of the Tatars, the Crimean Tatars, the Tatars of Poland, of Tatarstan, from Kazan, the Bosnians, the Albanians, they're all European. Their mosques look different, their style is different, they're better in fashion, they walk with a greater confidence. You can see the conference, the Albanian, the Romanian, the Bosnian Muslim has an assertive, because he's coming from Europe. He is part of the European Renaissance. The Muslim coming from Pakistan or Indonesia, you will notice even in the postures uncertain. The Arabs are always defensive. Oh, you attack Islam. I never heard an Albanian tell me, you attack Islam. We just have conversations, they engage, they talk. The discourse of disagreement has to be learned by Muslims. What is parliament? What is to sit between two sides in a parliament? And the distance is called 2 swords and 1 inch. So that even if you have the swords, you can't hit each other. That House of Commons of Britain and the French Parliament, this is where Islam should find its, Muslims should look at the future, not in some Baghdad or you can't turn time back.
Yes, I often argue to say this Islam, this because first, all people living here are protected by law, and second, we got freedom of religion.
You have freedom of medical care, you have freedom of retirement, you have freedom of protection from assault. Your gays and lesbians are free. The disabled have special parking for you. They are given preferential treatment, right? Your animals are protected. Nobody kicks a dog in Austria. What more do you want? You have a mosque, you can pray, You can marry a non-Muslim, you can convert to Christianity, you can convert to Islam. This is Jannah. This is paradise. Why die? Come to Austria. Live in Austria.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You're welcome. Oh, thank you. Take care. Okay.